Well, you'd have to be a diehard Viking fan to remember Tim Baylor's career. He was with the team in '79 and '80.
But his career in North Minneapolis as a businessman is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for the first time, he opens up about that business, the 500-employee workforce that he created. Yes, he and his college sweetheart turned wife, Doris, became owners of a McDonald's on Broadway. And that was just the beginning. Tim Baylor was waived by the Baltimore Colts, his hometown team, when the Vikings called to sign him in 1979.
Well, back then when they told me I was coming to Minnesota, the only thing I knew about Minnesota was snow, and I was watching some TV and they were advertising fertilizer.
After 2 years and an injury, his career was over. But his career was just getting started.
The Big Macs are made here, the smiles are delivered here.
He went to work for McDonald's corporate, then in 1997 purchased his own franchise on Broadway in North Minneapolis. What do you want this to be in terms of experience for a customer?
The first thing I look at is the crew and the management team. I want to make sure that they are on point, in position, and looking good, and that everything is clean.
And that was just the beginning. Now an owner-operator of 11 Twin Cities McDonald's. And it is here on the north side of Minneapolis where kids that play football and some that do not need hope.
And I think it's important that not just kids and students and athletes, but just people in the neighborhood that can see that, hey, here's somebody doing something in the community. If you want to talk to them, they're accessible.
He doesn't just talk it, he lives it, literally. He and his wife of 46 years bought a home in North Minneapolis. It is where they live and raise 2 children, where she too has flourished as a teacher and business leader.
I see my neighbors and my friends. I walk the river. This is a beautiful community. A lot of challenges, but if we don't stand up and try to make it different, who will?
This is our drill team. This is where, again, all the hard work is done.
He employs some 500 workers.
We've got 2 generations working here. Like Modesta, her son is our director of IT. And so she was around before he was born.
And is now developing another project, a 112-unit apartment on the other side of Broadway. A little more expensive than a traditional building in these parts. That's part of the concept.
Ensure that it has all of the amenities and benefits that other communities in the Twin Cities have.
And it is further connection for he and Doris to this city, to the part of town that is in the headlines for what the few do, but is not the norm.
And we love this community. Thought the schools are good. The neighborhood is beautiful. The park system was amazing.
For a football life, prepared Tim Baylor for what is his life, running a different team with different goals.
It's stressful. It's akin to playing football, particularly professional football.
Yes, it's been a win-win. The Baylors and McDonald's and North Minneapolis, and for that they are grateful for the journey.
And so when I look back and think how fortunate I am to have been in such a rich, diverse, culturally competent, and very warm community, I thank God.
Great couple. Their son helps run the 11 McDonald's. Their daughter is an attorney in New York. So they've just quietly done it the right way over in North Minneapolis and lived there.
Yeah, how fortunate are we that they stayed here
Yeah.
and did that?
Yeah.
Are part of the community.
Just
like
happened
that.
to come here for a couple
Yeah.
years, and the next thing you know, 35
made a
years
life
later,
here.
yeah, life is good.
Yeah, they talk about how great it is to be here. We should be grateful for them as
Yeah,
well.
Absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely. They do it quietly,
Yeah.
yes.